Or they try to. Welcome back to our fourth segment out of four here with Dr. Shannon Vissman, Chairman and CEO of Universal Smart Comp. Talk a little bit about learning curve, teachable moments, some of the mistakes you see out there. It's actually been said that 8 out of 10 small businesses fail. What do you see, maybe other businesses doing that leads to them being the 8? And what have you done that made you one of the 2?
Oh, great question again. I think number one is making sure you're properly funded. So many people have great ideas and they think they can do it on a shoestring budget. And every time I've tried to do something that was cheaper than going a more expensive route, it always came back to bite me. So what I would say is make sure you're properly funded so that you can do the things that you need to do to be successful up front. Second mistake people do is when they aren't properly funded, they overpromise and underdeliver. And that's a big way to
hurts those referrals you were talking about in the previous segment too, right?
Absolutely. So I would say that's again the next big factor. Then again, the third comes down to making sure you have great people that surround you, whether they be a board of advisors, how I did when I first started, because I couldn't afford to pay for a formal board of really good people, but was fortunate enough to create relationships through networking where we had high-powered attorneys, we had high-powered insurance brokers, we had land developers, we had just a ton of people that were successful and entrepreneurs in their own right as well. So that is absolutely invaluable. It's the old saying: if you know the recipe to a cake, you don't want to have to go make it yourself and then stumble and learn along the way. Follow the recipe of success. And I truly believe the better quality person you surround yourself with, the better opportunity you give yourself of succeeding.
What's on your nightstand right now? What are you reading?
Right now, I'm actually reading Decision Point, the George Bush book that came out. And actually, it's a nice read. I don't like getting to things that you really have to think too much.
Yeah.
With this book, you don't have to think too much, and it puts it out
it's
there.
Are all entrepreneurs ADD? Because it's like one of those common things you need, I think, to be a business owner.
I love reading success stories. I'm a big Tony Robbins fan, and have followed him for years. But anytime books come out, whether it be Schwarzkopf's book or something on Trump or anything that comes out that's a great leader, great thinker, I always like to.
What are you learning from George Bush's book?
Well, only into a couple chapters. Yeah,
that you can apply to business, I guess.
Well, again, I'm only into this a couple chapters, but the framework that he's already setting is, the foundation for some of his decisions in the future. Now, I haven't gotten, far through the book yet, but truly the foundation of you growing up and your background, how that plays into your decisions that you make in the future. So, I'm intrigued by the book so far.
What keeps you motivated right now?
To me,
outside of business,
it's really creating something. I'm kind of a creator, and I'm not an attention to details guy. That's why I have a lot of people around me.
That's why I keep my wife around.
Yeah, exactly right. And my wife, who's a partner as well in the companies, definitely keeps me on track. But doing something that nobody else has done before, being a pioneer, and changing the landscape and how people look at things from a different point of view that really excite me, whether it be in the rehab market, the physical therapy. I'm a physical therapist by trade. And, we think we have a couple things that's going to revolutionize the way that rehab is done, taking approaches that nobody has taken before. So it's things like that, that really, light my fire.
And like I mentioned, I know you, outside of this interview, and we've known each other, going on 7 years. I also know you're passionate about your kids.
Absolutely. Family comes first.
And one of the things I think is really, really important for the entrepreneurs and the business virgins out there that are thinking about starting a business is you don't shortchange the kids, the wife, and everything else for your success. Because if I'm not mistaken, aren't you coaching Tommy in football and
baseball?
Yeah.
We get into I work with him quite a bit.
How do you create that balance? Because I think a lot of people out there,
Yeah.
and I've seen it a ton of times, it's like people do either, or, they have a hard time with that balance. How do you keep that balance?
Well, you have to make a concerted effort, without a doubt. And my wife, who's a partner in all the companies, was intricately involved in really every one of them that we've done. She's great at keeping me grounded. So when I start getting out of control of, I could work 24/7, 7 days a week, and never turn it off. And she makes sure that she keeps me in line and says, listen, you only get I try to never miss the firsts. So it doesn't matter. One time I canceled a meeting going to California so I can watch Melody, my daughter. I have a son, Thomas, and a daughter, Melody, so that I could see her get on the bus for the first time. Mm-hmm. And so it's those first that I make sure that I don't miss. But we made a plan that I'd work my butt off to the point where the kids got to a certain age where, in sports and athletics and academic career, that we could be there. And now I'm fortunate enough that we have a lot of people that do those type of things for us, so I can, have that type of time.
Awesome. Once again, I want to thank Dr. Shannon Vissman for coming in today. Like I said, I've been after him for months to do this interview. Busy guy. And I know, time is one of those, we were just talking about balance and time, and I appreciate you sort of scoring off a few hours for us to do this.
Well, it feels weird hearing you call me doctor, but
yeah. Well, But anyway, Dr. Shannon Vissman, Chairman, CEO of Universal Smart Comp, unbelievable success story, one of the fastest growing companies in the country right now. Unbelievable stuff. Some of the keys that I took away is you can hear in your voice just the passion, and not just for the business, but more importantly, going back to the roots of you being a doctor in physical therapy and wanting to see positive outcomes for the patients, in essence, whether indirectly or directly under your care. And I think that's probably one of the key things to your success, people seeing that and what have you. But definitely check out his website, universalsmartcomp.com. Once again, you can go there, contact him, especially if you're looking for someone to help you with your administration. Leader in physical medicine, outcome, and management. And good luck with everything moving forward.
Appreciate it.
Hopefully things continue on the upward and onward as they have for the last 10, 11 years.
It looks good. It looks good. The future looks bright.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Shannon.
Thank you.
All right, check out all the other episodes or segments if you haven't already, and we'll see you soon.